Dear friends, in this session we are going to discuss about an introduction to the sequencing. Sequencing is an optimization technique which is used to minimize the total processing time of several jobs on various machines in a production shop or a shop floor. Coming to the learning objectives, after this session you should be able to understanding the outline of sequencing, define key terms of the sequencing, list out types of the sequencing. Coming to the definition of sequencing, in general, sequence refers an order. The meaning of sequence is order. Sequence is an order in which the different jobs or activities are to be performed or processed. Sequencing is a procedure or process of finding the sequence of jobs, that is the order of jobs, in which they should be performed or processed so as to minimize the total processing time. It is a pattern of arrangement of the jobs so as to minimize the total processing time of the jobs. In general, we come across with the sequencing problems in the production shops where different jobs are to be performed on different machines. So in production shop or a shop floor, different jobs are to be performed on different machines in general. In such cases, we come across with the concept of sequencing. So coming to the key terminology, the key terms that are used in the sequencing or that are required to understand the sequencing are, very first one is jobs or job. A group of the tasks or activities to be performed. Job is a task or an activity to be performed. These have to be sequenced, and in general the number of jobs we say as n. Please note that always you have to sequence the jobs. So what is a job or job means? Jobs means a group of the tasks or activities to be performed. So the jobs are to be sequenced in order to minimize the total processing time, and in general, so we say or designate the number of jobs as n. Of course, n is a finite number. Machine. It is a facility which has the processing capability. Jobs have to be processed on the machines. So an example for job is, for example, turning. Turning is an operation. Machine. An example for machine is lathe. So machine, it is defined as a facility which has the processing capability. Jobs have to be processed in the machines. Sometimes machine need not be a lathe or drilling machine or so. It may be a service point also, like computer also you can consider as a machine, or a service center. It is also counted as a facility or a machine in general. Processing time. Processing time is nothing but the time required to complete a job on a particular machine. For example, if you want to carry out taper turning on a lathe, so what is the time required to complete that taper turning? So that is nothing but the processing time. Processing time required for that particular operation or to that particular job on a machine. Total elapsed time. So processing time is the time required to complete one particular task or one particular job. So in general we will be having n number of jobs. The total time required to complete all the jobs on all the machines is defined as total elapsed time. That is from in to out, what we can say. So a batch of jobs will load on the first machine and they will come out from the last machine. The total elapsed time is defined as the time that intervals between the starting of first job and completion of the last job. Assume that okay, you have 5 jobs. So the total time required to complete from job 1 to job 5, that is the last job or last one, is defined as total elapsed time. Idle time. Idle time is nothing but the waiting time. So it is the time for which a facility or a machine is not utilized during the total elapsed time. It is the time for which a facility or a machine is not utilized or used. In other words, the waiting time of a facility or a machine during the total elapsed time. Now one more important key term is no passing rule. This means that if n jobs have to be processed on different machines, say M1, M2 and M3, then a job has to be processed on machine 1 first, then on machine 2 and finally on machine 3. That is in the order M1, M2, M3 without passing, or passing is not allowed. Okay, please note that. Okay, assume that you have n jobs, you have to process them in the order M1, M2, M3. Once if you load that job on machine 1, so it has to be processed completely on machine 1, then you should go to machine 2, then only it has to go to machine 3. No passing is allowed. I mean, it is like forward direction. Once if you load on machine 1, so the processing is completed on machine 1, then it will go to machine 2, then on machine 2 in the forward direction. So no passing is allowed. I mean, once if it goes to the second machine, it should not come to the first machine again. So that is no passing is allowed, or the order should not be passed, we say. So this rule is called no passing rule. There are some key assumptions made in the sequencing. They are, all the jobs are ready for processing. First assumption is all the jobs are ready for processing. No machine can process more than one job at a time. The time required to transfer the jobs from machine to machine is negligible, or between the machines is negligible. The time required to transfer the jobs, okay, from machine to machine. For example, you have to load from machine 1 to machine 2. Of course, it will take some time, but it will not be considerable time. Hence, okay, it is negligible. All the machines have different capacity. A job sequenced on a machine is completely processed. So once if you load a job on a machine, no, so it will be completely processed, then only it will go to the machine 2, like that it is. I mean, so it will not be half done, in other words. Processing time of a job on a machine is independent of the order in which it is sequenced or processed. I mean, processing time is fixed, it is predefined, whether you sequence, okay, in any direction, or whether you process in any direction or any sequence, so it will not change. Processing time is like predefined, so it is independent of the order in which it is sequenced or processed. Depending on some rules, no, we sequence the jobs. Sometimes job 1 may be processed first, sometimes job 2 may be processed first. So however you process or however you sequence, so it doesn't influence the processing time of a job. Coming to the types of sequencing problems. So there are 5 types of sequencing problems in general. Out of that, the first one is n jobs on one machine, so which is also known as priority sequencing. So you will be having n jobs and one machine. Okay. So an example is one ATM machine is there, and so many customers are waiting for its service. Okay. So like n jobs. Jobs means, okay, here the people, so they are waiting for the service of a machine. One machine is there. Fine. Then n jobs on 2 machines, n jobs 3 machines, n jobs on m machines. So multiple jobs and multiple machines. Please note that here n is a definite number, it is a finite number, in other words. Fine. So maybe 1, 2, 3, but in generic we are discussing that. In general we are discussing n. Okay, n means so number of jobs. Okay. So m number of machines, or something like n jobs 1 machine, n jobs 2 machines, n jobs 3 machines. So n jobs m machines, and the last one is 2 jobs on M machines. Only 2 jobs will be there, but you have to process them on multiple machines like. So these are the different types of sequencing problems. Coming to the first one, that is priority sequencing. Priority sequence is nothing but that is n jobs on one machine. So you have some rules of that. So first come first served sequencing, that is first come first served sequencing. What is that? This let us see. In this system, okay, this is FCFS or first come first served is a type of priority sequencing. Okay, we are discussing the first one. The first one is what? Priority sequencing. So that is n jobs on one machine. So here the heading should be priority sequencing. Okay, in that, so let us see what is this. In this system, incoming jobs or customers are processed in the order of their arrival. So it's a priority rule that gives first priority to the waiting job arrived at the earliest in the system. Okay, it's very simple. So in general, the queue system, if you take queue system in a supermarket, queue system in a reservation counter, okay, so like that, okay, if you see, so it will be first come first served sequencing. So examples of FCFS. FCFS stands for first come first served. Sometimes is also referred as first in first out. First in first out are seen in the service industries like banks, supermarkets, hospitals, online booking, and so on. I mean, there is no priority. Whoever comes first, no, he will be served first. So okay, if you stand first in the ATM, this one in front of the ATM, this one, so you will enter first, then the next person, and so on. Like, okay, so first come first served. Then shortest processing time, that is SPT, we call SPT rule. Fine. What is this shortest processing time means? In this system or in this rule, first priority is given to the waiting job whose process time is shortest, ignoring the order of its arrival. So in the industry, okay, some rules, okay, you have to follow. So first come first serve, so may not be applicable everywhere, no. So depending on the requirement, depending on the priority or something like, so you may have to process the jobs. So in that direction or in that regard, so in this rule or system, first priority is given to the waiting job or to a job whose process time is shortest. So ignoring the order of its arrival. I mean, we are not going to consider FCFS here. Okay, whether it has come first or second, that is not a matter. So whichever is having least processing time, no, so that will be processed first. Okay, so let us take an example for this. So if 15, 10 and 25 are the processing time estimates in minutes, let us say, of 3 jobs. So the job with 10 minutes, because it is having the least processing time, no, 15, 10. Let us say it is J1, J2, J3. Job 2 is having least processing time. So hence it will be processed or sequenced first. So in the title or heading itself, there is meaning, shortest processing time. So I mean, so to sequence the job having shortest processing time or least processing time first. Okay. So this is about the second rule of priority sequencing. Then the third one is weighted SPT. So SPT stands for shortest processing time only. So weighted I have added, that is WSPT we say here. So what is the limitation of shortest processing time is, so it will not take the weightage or weight of the job into the account. So simply if the processing time is least, no, you are going to sequence it first, then next list, next, and so on. But sometimes, there will be priority or there will be weightage for each job or weight. So in such cases, so we go for this rule, which is WSPT. The SPT rule simply choose or selects the sequence as per the ascending order of the processing time, as you have seen in the previous example or case. But few jobs may be given with the weights along with the processing times. So earlier, in the SPT, only processing time was given. So here sometimes the weights of the jobs also may be given, weights or weightages. In such cases, the ratio of the processing time to weight, that is T divided by W, Ti by Wi or something like, is taken to sequence them as per SPT rule. It is nothing but SPT rule only, but once, okay, if you know that weightage and time, so you have to divide weight to the time, the ratio you have to obtain, the ratio of the processing time to weight. So again you have to follow the same SPT rule, that is in the ascending order you have to sequence. I mean, so least ratio, no, first you have to sequence, next least, next, and so on. It is nothing but then SPT rule only. Only you have to obtain the ratio of the time to the weight. Okay. Then the last one is EDD rule, we say, that is earliest due date. Earliest due date. So in this rule, first priority is assigned or given to the waiting job whose due date is earliest, ignoring its arrival and the processing time. Please note it. So we have discussed about arrival pattern, that is first come first serve. If nothing is mentioned, no, first come first serve, so it's a pattern or priority. Or we have discussed about SPT also, shortest processing time. I mean, you process the job having least processing time first, then the next one. So here it is quite different. So it is like due date in the sense the deadline, what I can say. In this rule, first priority is assigned to the waiting job whose due date is earliest, or whose deadline to submit or something like is earliest. So ignoring its arrival and the processing time, it will not take the arrival time and processing time into consideration or into the account. The due dates are arranged in the ascending order and they are sequenced. Let us see an example. So if the due dates or deadlines of three jobs, let us say J1, J2 and J3 are 20, 10 and 30. That is, this job you have to give in 20 days, this job in 10 days and this job in 30 days like. Then the second job, so that is J2, as it is having a near due date or deadline, so it is sequenced first. Okay, so as I mentioned, it has the earliest due date or something like. Then the next earliest is 20, then next one is this one. So this is about earliest due date rule or technique. So you please note that these four rules, no, they are referred to or they are pertaining to the priority sequencing, that is first type of sequencing. So what are the types of sequencing? N jobs on one mission, N jobs on two missions, N jobs on three missions, and the last one is, okay, two jobs on M missions like. So when you have N jobs but only one mission, no, then you have to take some priority. Okay, are you getting? Because service facility is limited here. So you have multiple jobs. Jobs are multiple or jobs are more, but you have only one service facility or service mission, one service mission. In such cases, you have to follow some pattern or priority. So in that pattern or priority, so these are the concepts. These are the concepts or rules of first type of sequencing, that is priority sequencing or N jobs on one mission. First one is first come first served basis, then SPT rule, WSPT rule, and then EDT rule. That's all about this session. Coming to the learning objectives. So in the beginning we have defined the learning outcomes or learning objectives as to understand the outline of what is sequencing or an introduction to the sequencing. You came to know sequence is nothing but an order, so which is required in the machine shop or shop floor or production shops in order to minimize the total processing time of jobs on machines. So then, okay, we have discussed about various key terms, that is what is job, what is a mission, what is process time, idle time, all that. Then we have discussed about, we have listed about various types of sequencing. So we have given the list of types of sequencing, and in that we have discussed the first type of sequencing, which is also referred as priority sequencing, that is N jobs on one mission. Friends, I take this opportunity to thank you one and all. Please take care and have a nice time.